Yeah, doing pretty well.
That's awesome. So, I have a challenge for you today.
Excellent.
I want you to do something that I have been making every single one of my learners do ever since I started doing this with Rich, and then it evolved with Save the Bees, and now it's like it seems to be the thing that is like the single most useful thing that I've come up with. So,
Okay.
when you are playing today, I want you to breathe when you are hit and when you land a hit. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. Now, you also mentioned that you wanted to do some edge guarding work, so we can increase your ROI on that. Do you have any matches for us to look at, or any examples for us to look at?
I have a great match.
Wonderful.
All right, let me pull it up
Mm-hmm.
from the tournament last weekend,
So,
and I dropped the bag a lot. Great.
okay.
Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so
No,
there
no,
may be some fun noises in the background.
it's all good. It's all good.
Time in there.
You can drag and drop from Slippy directly. By the way.
Okay. Oh, this was there's a VOD.
Oh, okay. Got it. Tournament, right.
So
I
it's
remember.
around 1:43, 1 hour 43.
I think oh, so we are watching you versus Cowbell. I think I remembered seeing this. And yeah, I think I remembered that there was like a game. It was on Fountain of Dreams, like Dreamline Fountain of Dreams, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here.
There was a Fountain of Dreams game where I got him up to 170 and died because I kept dropping edge guards.
Okay, and you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. So I remember you get like a pretty awesome, like a pretty good opening here that like does a lot of damage, and then I'm just curious what the finish is. Okay, maybe it's like the next hit. I remember like it might not be in like this stock, but I remember thinking that like this should be equalized at some point during it, and then it wasn't. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah. Yeah.
cool. So I would consider this like this I would consider on stage punish game because like we haven't actually like can put him into an edge guard yet. So we can look at these, but I think you know kind of what's going on here. Is it more the fountain games that have these problems?
I would say more the Fountain games. I do agree that the on-stage punch is also needing work, but I don't know. I feel like I'm grooving with that a bit more and just like looking for extensions and
Yeah,
getting them.
fair enough. So like I'm asking because I'm basically trying to like gauge if it's worth watching that or if we should move to fountain. And it sounds like the answer is let's move to fountain. So with that, let's slow this down and take a look at what happens here in these edge guards. Okay, so this is a common situation that comes up. Do you know what to do here? Or like, well, no, that's a stupid question. What do you think you should do here?
Probably turn around down smash.
Yeah, you can. That's a option.
I could also like try to jump behind and fair,
That
like
also
what you do
works.
with
Yeah.
Marth.
Yeah, you could. That also works. That should always work if you do it right.
I could probably move forward a little bit up tilt on their way down, or just wait for them because I don't think they're going to be able to get ledge from this angle, even if they ride it.
Fox can never underestimate Fox's ability to micro win with micro game even harder. Fox can absolutely get the edge here. I know it sounds
Okay.
insane, but like cheater angle through cheater angles, all things are possible. So I would say you actually had it the first time. So like or the second time. I think that wave dashing backwards and just like coming off and like slapping him is absolutely the right play. When do you think you have to do it?
Oh, I wasn't thinking wave dash back. I was thinking just like backflip.
Yeah, that'll work too. You would have to start it like you'd have to start it like now basically, and you'd have to fast fall. But yeah, it could work. I would probably wave dash back.
Okay. I just did it too slowly there.
Um,
Or I didn't get a move out, I think.
I
I think I was
think,
trying to get to ledge. Yeah, because I could have thrown like Nair out or something here.
yeah, like Nair would work here. So the problem here is the timing. So you're doing it like slightly too early. So the way that
Really too early.
yeah, because there's two openings on Fox's up B. There's the one at the beginning for the 20 frames before the flames come out, and then there's the one that's used for shine spikes. That's 10 frames before he moves. So you're in this weird middle. You're in the middle zone where where like the charge up hitboxes are. But if we take a look at like Fight Core real quick, where is Fight Core? This is the wrong character, but that's okay. So let's go to Fox's up B. Firefox Air, sure. Okay, play. So it looks like you were trying to hit him during this window, the first 19 frames where he doesn't have a hitbox.
Mm-hmm.
But then the thing is, after that, like you see how he has these like gaps, like he has the power up hitboxes that come out during this period. But before he actually moves from 33 all the way up to 43, there isn't anything protecting him.
Okay.
So this is the window I'm thinking is because I get why you're thinking earlier, because this is a bigger window. But remember, we also have to like deal with our reaction time, right? So like we're basically moving pretty quickly to engage with him, but we're getting nicked on like the first couple of frames of this. So like we reacted fast enough, but like between travel time and everything else, like we just didn't have time to like get that first 19 frame window. So this is why I kind of think it makes sense to use the second one, because it happens later. We have all this, the entire time that he's like charging his flames is like setup time. So we have like half a second basically to get ready for it.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so after the charge up downs and he's like beginning to like angle and move, he's hittable, and then after he starts moving, he has a hitbox.
Yeah, so like where I would say to look for is, you see how his flames kind of like, so around here, you see how the flames are really red, and they kind of like disappear for a while until he actually goes off. I usually use, that's like my indicator. So when I see these flames go up like this, that's what I use as my reference. That's how I know this is like where I gotta go. And then you can also use the fact that he's leaning forward. I find it happens too late. I find the flames are helpful because you can see how like there's so much more like there's so like here we'll play it out. You'll see what I mean. See what I mean?
Yeah.
When the flames disappear, that's when you got to be hitting him. Cool. Let's go back to this. So after the slap, what do you think you do? Let's say like you do the wave dash back slap thing. I'm a little later.
Probably try to jump to ledge from there to avoid getting shined.
If he shine, like why? So why are we worried about being shined? Can't we just drift outside of him?
I guess. So you're saying drift out far enough so you can't get hit, but then you can still get back?
Yeah, so like here, let's map this out. So like I'm thinking we'll need to use a different image. Yeah, so let's use this as we'll make a diagram. Cause like when I think why do you think he can shine you? He just like double jumped up and like got clipped by back air. So he can't actually like shine how does he shine you? Like how
Oh, I was thinking if I was ferrying him into the stage he could tech and
at 0?
like
at 8? What well you don't
does that I actually guess don't know how tech works then. I didn't realize it was percent dependent.
Oh, okay. No. So this is common. This is a thing that happens. Cool. So let me ask you. If you are forward tilting a fox on stage who is not DIing, can they tech the forward tilt at 0?
No.
Why?
Because it doesn't knock him down?
Right. So same thing here.
Interesting. So even though it's sitting a wall, that doesn't count as like a knockdown type situation?
No, because there's no impact splat.
Oh,
It's like when Marth's up B. Like it's when we get Spaceys get hit with like Marth's up B against the wall at low percents. How they always just like fall. But if they get hit by it at high percent, then they can like wall jump off and like wall jump tech off and stuff. It's just percent dependent. Does the move inflict tumble? Yes or no?
Okay.
So knowing that. Okay, cool. So this is just a knowledge gap, because I think that if we know that he can't tech, then like the pathing is super easy. Like you slap him, from here, he goes down here. What do you do next?
Grab ledge and maybe Bair or refresh ledge to hog it and catch him when he's coming back up.
Yeah, that works. I would probably slap him again personally, but like it's all good. Like I like slapping him twice where I can, because if we slap him here. And then, like, the next slap puts him, like, somewhere down here. Like, somewhere off, like, right where my diagram will even go. And then we just, it's just clean. And then we just do the same thing that you described. It's just we've, like, forced him significantly lower because we're using a more powerful move that has a better hit angle. More. Because if we do it your way, we have to, like, basically transition. Well, we could falling slap, actually. I think mine's easier, but, like, actually, yours is fine. Yeah, because we can still just fall off the ledge and slap him as he comes up again and then do the third one there. Okay, never mind. They both work. But yeah, you can see, like, the pathing is super straightforward, knowing that he can't tech that. Like, everything works.
Now, in a situation where he could have there.
You just do the same thing with back air. And if they can tech with weak back air, and if they can tech the weak back air, then they're probably at like very high percent. So yeah, just like at that point, you'd probably do one of the edge guards that you were. Well, no, you would grab the edge in the up B charge frames. So what you would do, actually, let's go over that. So what you would do instead here, if he was at like 1,000,000%, or what you could just do here if you wanted to do it because it's reliable. You could grab the edge when he's on, just as his up B charge frames are disappearing. So you'd grab the edge like just before he starts moving, and then you would just do invincible aerials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would force him back onto the stage as opposed to him potentially getting it. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and the nice thing is that, I don't know if you caught it, but the amount of time that Fox's up B travels for is 30 frames. Every character gets 38 frames of invincibility, except Link, who's 34, when they grab the edge. So we have to wait. We can't let go of the edge right away because we have to go through cliff weight, like the gasp, when we grab the edge. But that cliff weight lasts 8 for Sheik, for every character except Link. So you have 30 frames to work with, which overlaps perfectly with Fox's up B travel time. So you can actually just do whatever you want with him. You can align yourself however you want with him. If you grab the edge with that kind of timing, because his up B literally cannot hit you. So if you wanted to like up air him, if he's at that super high percent, if you wanted to like say down air him, that's the way you could do it. Then you get a pop, like yes, he's going across the stage, but we got a pop up that we can combo off of. You see what I mean?
Right.
So like there's ways that we can like maximize our return on advantage here, but it all kind of stems from us just like managing his like from us responding to his up B correctly, which is really just like punishing that like second window, the 10 frame window before he shoots.
Okay.
So much of Fox is just working with that window. Like so much of killing Fox is just working with that window effectively.
I didn't know about the two different windows there. I think I really only knew about the one.
Fox is a dirty knowledge checker. Let no one tell you otherwise. Talk to me about this choice. So I know that so first of all, I want to point out, with what we now know, is there any way that Fox can ever possibly hit us with his up B hitbox with when we grab the edge?
No.
Right. So what do you think a better play would be, since we know he's going to go past us?
I mean, get up attack from ledge would get something. Ledge dash into up tilt or trying to jump on up air literally any jump from ledge.
I mean, you did jump from ledge into fair. I'm saying that like we don't have to do this though. Like I'm saying that we have better stuff. What do you think about ledge hop down air?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like tournament winner down air?
No, we'd like so we are like so. What I mean is like from here we'd fall here, double jump down air right now.
Oh, okay. Would that reach in time?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Like.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like we're just popping him up. Maybe we have to up air. Like maybe we have to up air. But like the idea here is that we're not going to be able to get like a good hit on him because of like how we full hop the needles. We're not going to be able to get a good hit on him based on our alignment with him. But we are fully invincible. So like through his up B. So we can take the best aerial we possibly want. Like as long as we have time to like overlap him properly, we can take whatever aerial we want. So take one that like allows us to extend the punish in the most meaningful way possible. Like that's what we should be prioritizing there. You could also make a case that maybe we can get in front of him and reverse snare him this way. That's totally fine. But you see what I'm getting at. Like the fair just isn't appropriate for what we're trying to do because the main reason to fair is because of its hitbox. But like it's hitbox and its trajectory. But the trajectory isn't really that useful because we're hitting him across the stage with where it's placed on our body. And the hitbox isn't really like that useful because it's in front of us and it's out and it's mainly good for its disjoint, but we have the disjoint kind of accounted for because we're intangible throughout the entire duration of his move.
Got it.
Like this is another one. So like you see it like this is the same dynamic happened on that last edge guard. So like you could have I think gone down and hit him, but I'm like I think that for this I want to point out like you could still make this down like even with this being if you fast fall this is way better. But if even without that, like you see what I mean about like how you're just fully invincible on on a lot of these edge guards. So this could also be like I don't know if you'd be able to down air this, but like certainly actually with where he is, you could probably down air this over here. Like ledge hop immediate, like drop off ledge, double jump immediate down air and go over here. And it'll probably overlap with him and like pop him up for another like follow up for like a proper fair, like a fair that like we can work with better and not give him his jump back.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I need to play around with more. Like I do a lot of the ledge hop fair from. This is a bad option. That was another thing I wanted to ask about. Like when you find yourself doing an option that's getting red, and like I know the idea is you want to try to replace that with a different option rather than trying to say, "Oh, don't do that thing." Instead, just be like, "Do this thing."
I mean,
more.
It takes a lot for me to not back air off the ledge with. I'll level with you. It takes a lot for me to not like ledge hop back air with Sheik. Like. Where I would start is I would start by getting more comfortable with back air edge guard because that's really like Sheik's like strongest like path against this character. Like let me ask you. So you hit this back air, you grab the edge, and then upon grabbing the edge, what do you think the dynamic of this situation is?
So I mean, it's good for me. I think what I'd want to do is to get the ledge invulnerability back, because right now, if I don't, I'm going to get hit by the Firefox.
Right, so how do we do that?
I mean, Sammy stall is probably the fastest way to do it. I think that's maybe what I was trying to go for, or I think I was trying to drop down Nair, but I think I just messed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I could also Shino.
Yeah, that would be up here. Yep, makes sense.
Or literally just like jump back, regrab.
I don't like that one. I think that let's do either. I think Sammy stall or Shino stall both make tons of sense here. One cool thing about the Shino stall's up B projectile, like the up B projectile, like the explosion doesn't hit lag Sheik. She still moves as normal, but it will hit lag opponents. So
okay.
If you have the poof like surrounding the edge like here, and Fox like moves into it, you will just grab the edge first.
Okay.
because you'll move on the explosion and he will not. So that's kind of a cool thing. Sammy stall, and the other nice thing about the Shino stall, which doesn't get talked about a lot, but because you are bringing Sheik above the ledge, you won't get hit by foxes at B as much if you're off, right? Because think about it, like he's coming up like from below like this. Sammy's stall needs us to play in this area, but Shino's stall lets us go above the ledge a little bit, right?
Right.
So we're kind of like outspacing it in a way.
Okay.
So, like, again, a lot of this can just be, like, cleaned up with execution, and it is probably better to just, like, clean up execution and pick the one that, like, pick the one that you like, that's more effective. But, like, there are a lot of tricks, but, like, again, nobody's perfect, so there is value in, like, knowing these tricks, because they help us, like, adjust it to, like, weird situations. One thing I'd ask you, can Fox even make it back to the level?
I think so. The way you ask it makes me think no, but
fine. Let's check. We get hit. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe, but I'm not sure.
Nope.
Can't?
Look, this is like so here. So this is like, let me grab you something. Like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna use this for a diagram because this is important. This is an easy thing. Fox's ECB is probably right now looks like this. It's like stretched. It's stretched out. Like, I don't know how to draw this. Oh wait, we'll use this thing. Okay. Right now, this is Fox's ECB that I'm drawing. So it's like something like this. What you will notice is that it is not on the level, because the level's here.
Got it.
Yeah. He has... How much higher does he need to be?
I actually don't... Does the entire ECB need to be above the stage for him to land on it?
This part
Or
does.
just... Okay.
And it might squish. It, like, changes... Like, it changes as he rolls and stuff. Like, at some point, it might look something like this. Like, kind of like this. But... either way, like, it might, like, change, like, it might turn when he, like, kind of, like, does, because he flips during the end of his, so it might look something like this. His shape might get squished, but he cannot make it. He is definitely not able to make it.
Okay.
Another way to think of it is, like, if this is his character model, if this is roughly his character model, he's not above the ledge.
Okay.
So there you go. So this is a huge concept, because I think that, like, you probably misjudge a lot of edge guards thinking that he's going to make it back, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
and the opposite too. They'll make it back when I don't think they will.
Yeah, so what's a visual marker that we can use in this situation to know that he won't make it back? Like, if we look at, like, if we think about how the stage is shaped, and, like, what the features are on the stage, what is he aligned with that indicates this will not work?
I mean, the stage itself, so, like, he's below the curve part of the stage, I think, with the up B.
Yeah, but, like, the stage has more than just that one curve, right? Like, so there's, like,
right.
let's do some exercises. Let's say Fox is here. Can he make it back?
Back meaning to ledge, or back to meaning
onto the stage. Is he edge hoggable?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna say this one yes, because I don't know all of these. We're going to test these.
Okay.
And then we're going to go for this one. What about this spot?
I would say yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this one we're going to say yes, so probably like this kind of pathway. What about here?
I mean, I would also say yes.
This one here, so we're going to say yes. So we basically think he'll make it back on all three of these.
Oh, no, that he won't.
Oh, okay. So this, which ones are no's? Which ones will he not make back?
So yeah, he won't make it back to stage on the middle one.
So nope. And this one is
Um,
yes, he will, right?
I was thinking no. Because that looks like it was the basically the previous spot that we just went over.
Okay. Uh, I think that he's a little bit higher than that one, but we'll see.
Okay.
And then what about, say, here?
I'm gonna say no.
So, like, no, he doesn't make it back, or no, he makes it to the stage? Like, makes it to
No,
the
he
stage.
doesn't. No, he doesn't make it.
Okay. Cool. Let's try this out. So I'm gonna boot up. I'm gonna boot up the game for it. I'm gonna boot up the game, and hopefully I can actually replicate these positions. I wonder if there's a thing that like has Fox up be like measurements.
There's like, yeah, I don't know.
That's fine. We'll just use Uncle Punch. It's all good. But like you can see why we're doing this, right? Because we're trying to like build a better knowledge base for like how long his distance is. Because this is an important concept, because you have to be able to like this measurement. Knowing how to measure his up B is like very, very handy. Just generally speaking. So let's see here, training lab, and I will be Fox. I'll have to control this hairy monster. Alrighty. Let's see here. So what spots did we pick? So I think we had me over. Like this look about right, or?
Yeah.
So I don't make it back, I think, which is what we said?
Yes.
Perfect. And here, like around here, we said... Maybe it's more like around here, right? Yeah, so I definitely make that one back, which we're right about. Although I have to, like, be right at the angle. And then down here is, like, no, I think we said. Yep.
Right. I think it was a little higher than that, though. Yeah, like closer to there. Okay.
And this one, we'll notice.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of, like, see this thing that spins at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where something I use as, like, a reference. Like, being above it or below it. Like, being, like, being above, like, the pointed bottom part or not.
Okay.
Because if I'm above it, I usually can make it back. See what I mean?
Yeah.
But if once I'm below, then I cannot. What's another, like, marker that you think we could use on another stage? Like, let's go Battlefield, because Battlefield's like a stage that... Well, Battlefield's kind of straightforward, but let's use Yoshi's Story, actually.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into a spot, and you tell me if I will make it back or not.
Candidly, I think Fox can make it back from anywhere outside the blast zone.
So here? Like, sorry, like, make it to
yeah.
the stage.
I'll make it to stage.
Yeah, we are only testing...
Caring about the stage, right.
We are strictly testing if he can be edgehogged.
I don't think he can make it from there.
You're right. What about here?
I think he can from there.
Yep, definitely can. Like, he just has to change his angle a little bit. Where else can he go? What about, like, what about all the way over here?
Yeah.
To this, definitely yes, right?
Yeah.
What if he was, like, a little bit further out? Like here?
I don't think that makes it.
Yeah, probably not. So, I think that this is probably the biggest... I think that and not knowing the teching thing are probably two very actionable things that you can probably... that will give you a lot of return on investment if we address them. I think that more than anything... Like, I think that having them should help you, like, fix things in matches. And I think I would like to get you into some games to see if we can to see what we can come up with. Because I think that those are like very important concepts, and they're ones that are like big enough that I think they benefit from like hands-on. Do you feel up for some games?
Yeah, I could do that.
Perfect.
I mean, we could also do the Armada Shine trainer in Uncle Punch. I don't know if you'd think that would be useful or not for this specifically.
You know what? Let's spend 5 minutes and let's have you spend 5 minutes in that to like kind of get a feel for some ideas, and then we'll throw you into unranked.
Okay.
And look for a space animal. Because this way we still make sure that we get some practical in on this specifically. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that.
Okay.
You will need to share your screen though. Yeah, we'll just do some edge guards. Fast fall your edge when you're going over. Like fast fall when you're going over the edge for the edge grab. It makes a huge difference. It's just flicking down. Ah, okay. So at low percents, what are we learning about like how that happened?
Yeah, it doesn't send him far enough away to prevent him from getting back, and then I have to race to ledge.
Well, we have to like bake the ledge refresh into like what we're doing basically. We're like understanding that we're gonna need this is gonna be a multi-rep edge guard. So yeah. Perfect. How do you do your what input do you use for like your ledge hop aerials?
Good question.
Like how do you let go of the edge basically?
I think I normally go down.
Can you pause again? I just saw something. Yeah. Okay, cool. I thought I saw values when this stick was resting, but I clearly did not. So
I think I just had my finger on it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So sorry, you said down or away or what? What do you do?
Down.
Down is okay, cool. Try doing away on some of these.
I'll usually do away if I'm back airing and using A.
The reason to do away is more because we have more hang time.
Okay. Got it. Whereas down, we kind of go down. Okay.
Yeah, so if you need to get down there quickly, that's great. But, like, if we need to get further out for, like, a back air, then we need to do the, yeah, it changes, like, it basically just changes your range. Like, down is useful when they're coming up quickly, and, yeah, for those kinds of spots. Beautiful. Listen, when she grabs the edge, there's a gasp she makes. That, at the end of it, try to use that to, like, align when you let go of the edge, because you can act, like, basically right after it.
Got it.
It's a universal mechanic, funnily. Every character has this. The only character who, like, I'm not sure about is Link. Because his ledge, but I think he does, his gasp is just shorter. Because his, like, Galint time is different than everyone else's. He's weird.
No.
Just try short hopping and fast falling. Yeah. And try not to need to do the up B for like the low percent ones. Like try to like ledge hop so that your aerial finishes exactly like that.
Okay.
And once they get to around like 40 or so, that like you don't need to do that as much because it's not. They have you have more knockback accrued basically. Okay, yeah. Those low percent ones are like scary, aren't they?
Yeah.
Try it. So on the low percent ones, remember, you want to like grab the edge in a way so that you can come up with like ledge hop back air as like, and then re-grab the edge from while falling afterwards.
Okay.
Yep, so when you grab the edge is really important for those. Yep, good idea. Right. Because you're kind of like doing the same kind of back air like a few times to build damage, and then you're starting to do those. Exactly. So hopefully like we get like a really low one in a second. Not quite, but that's okay. Come on, give me like a 3. Like 3%. 16, that's good enough. See, like, those ones are trickier, but that's because we have to land... Like, it's all about form on those ones. So you want to kind of, like, imagine yourself making... Like, I'd say down and fast falling for a bit is really good on those because... Exactly. How does that feel?
Good.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So what are you learning while you're doing this?
So I was trying to pay attention to where they were on the stage, like looking at these things.
Yep.
And I think other times too, like trying to pay attention to percent, so looking to when I should go for like damage and resetting the situation as opposed to trying to, go for the kill. So like if they're at a lower percent but pretty far down, I might not fast fall down for like a kill back air. I might wait till they come up a little bit more and hit them from maybe closer to the ledge so I can do that re-grab.
Yep. At low percents, if they're coming up super low, you can also try to hit them below the bowl.
Got it.
Because you can also just like put them... It's like battlefielding them. I'd say that like the reverse nair you're doing makes sense on every character except this one. At like on the low percent edge guards, the back air is king because it's more about the efficiency with regrabbing the edge than it is about like hitting the hard hit of nair.
Got it.
But like he's kind of like him and Falco are kind of the exceptions to him. Falco and Falcon are like kind of exceptions there. Like a lot of other characters, you would value the knockback sometimes, but like yeah, the fast fallers just kind of have their own rules.
Yeah, I think from my own, just looking at things, my biggest takeaway was I need to back air more.
Back air's crazy. Back air's her best move. Nicely done.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get that last one.
Alrighty. So now the next one. I want you to breathe when you hit when you land the back air or like land a hit. Like take a breath when you land it. Yep. Something I like doing when they're like at those middle percents and like they're kind of like almost at a 45-degree angle, like below me, fall off with weak back air into like double jump strong back air.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But they need to be at like 40. Yeah. How do you feel about doing some games?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Let's get you into the wonderful world of Unranked. And I believe I have sent you my spectator code. Did I do that? Maybe not. No, I did not. Okay, let me get that to you. Name of the game for edge guards, though, is like, yeah, we're gonna focus on doing way more back air. What edge guard? What move do you find you do the most with edge guarding?
Probably Nair.
Okay. Back air is like Nair but better, generally speaking.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to like really comfortable when they're below stage, going down and getting the back air.
Okay.
But
And just let me know when we're in a game.
okay.
Do you go off stage high with back air?
Not often. Like from ledge going up high, or like going off stage high.
We'll keep an eye out for that. Because back air, like, Sheik can be so aggressive with edge guarding. She really does have the ability to just, like, fly off and murder people. What do you think keeps you on the stage for edge guards? Fear?
Oh, execution.
Execution?
Yeah.
But if you don't try, when will you ever learn how to do the execution?
I think I feel like I missed the window. So rather than getting there late and getting punished for it.
True. And are we in a game?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, no worries. It's not coming through, so I think that it's probably because I had Dolphin open or something. So what I'm going to ask is, if you can, let's try to just rebroadcast.
Okay.
I'm just gonna close everything on my end, and then we'll just reopen.
Okay.
Okay, so everything has been closed on my end and refreshed. So yeah, just have to use the same spectator code on your end.
Okay.
I think I found a new cheaty thing with Marth the other day.
I'll take it.
No. I mean like with playing Marth. Like.
Oh, playing as Marth?
Yep, and I can see. I've got the screen. We good. Perfect.
I am the solid, not the ghost.
Yep, I've got the tags. We're cooking. Ah, okay. We had to just aim. We actually waited a little too long on the fair there. He was able to get his drift back, which is why he was able to pull away from us. We just had to do the fair sooner. But
now, do I fast fall the wave dash too? Is that
yep.
something I can do?
Okay. Absolutely. The only big thing here though is breathe when we hit him and breathe when we get hit. Nice, Adet. Just need to go over a little bit more. That's okay. Like the grab worked. It's just like, yeah, we had to go run a little bit further. So this is just like, I feel like it's just measuring like the window. Her down smash is really fast. Like if you're stuck as Zelda, kick into down smash is pretty good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, her down smash hits on 4 and it's invincible on her leg on both swings. So it's a very good move. Even though it's not that strong, it's like very annoying. So I see you went for that back air there. I'm glad you went for that because, yeah, that is like something that could have worked there. He just like happened to have the needle already kind of coming out, but you can still beat that needle with that back air, with like a similar back air if we just adjust for the needle a little bit.
Okay.
What that looks like is just basically either coming in sooner or coming in like a little bit more from the side, sort of. Not as much below him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because then I'll be out of the downward trajectory of the needle.
Yep, exactly. Nice. Beautiful nair.
One of my favorites.
Her nair is so sick. Her nair is such a cool move. I love her nair.
I miss my Slippy tag being ne'er-do-well, but I had to change it up, so...
I'm currently Sephiroth Barbie.
Fair enough.
I'm so sad that I'm like so old that many people from this era don't get it. Because it's Ken's tag.
Oh, yeah.
Sephiroth Ken, yep.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering where the Barbie part came in.
So remember to breathe.
Yep.
And if you find that the breathing is weird or like or anything, let me know. But yeah, how are you finding it so far?
Good.
So that one we just needed to double jump the back air because he was above us.
Okay.
Like he went he went really low. Like he went at a really weird trajectory, basically. Execution thing, that's okay. Do you find needle stores difficult? Like,
I have been. I think I'm doing it too soon.
Yeah, just slow down. You have time. You could also press the B button sooner, I think. That would also, I think, do it. I feel like I've seen you do them faster. Maybe I'm wrong. Nice. Breathe. Up airings. We're up airing in spots where we should be finishing.
Okay.
Because, like, when you hit him that high up, we can't really, like, hit him off with a good angle. If we do, so it means that like even though we're doing another 11 damage, if we get like the back air up there, we're not getting a good edge guard, and that's really like that's really the goal versus Falcon. Like, so yeah, we just want to like hit him off like we want to hit him off so that he doesn't have a high recovery, basically, ideally, or doesn't have as high of recovery as he could have. I'd back, like, even there, so at the end there of that dash stack combo, I would have turned around and back thrown him.
Got it.
Because, like, it's the way that we can, assure that, like, he just goes off at the angle that we want him at. Exactly. See, like, we don't hit him too high. And, like, that up air, that should have been a back air. Because, like, the idea here is we're trying to, like, not do as many more launchers than we have to. And it also covers the space, like, a bigger space. Nice nair. Let's go. Is this starting to make a bit more sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I'm having to play the balance game between, like, trying to extend the combos that I'm working on, and then also just going for knowing the situations where I should just hit him off.
Ah, okay. So I always think of like combo extensions in terms of goals. Like, I think that like after a certain point, combo extensions for damage are not really like worth it. I think that like with your early game B&Bs, they definitely are if you can get them. But what I mean by like ones that aren't worth it are like, let's say the opponent's already at 100 and, like, you know, we can maybe up air them to the top of the screen and then, like, oh, amazing angle. Jesus Christ, that was so good.
I normally don't get those, so I'm pretty happy with that.
That was well done. Like, I don't normally get I normally didn't get those with her. So, but yeah, like, I was just going to say that, like, with, if you the opponent is usually going to be more susceptible to juggle state or edge guarding, like, because those are usually the two that like people kill. Like, those are the two that people really like kill them off of. I guess in some cases like knockdown too, like for Falcon and stuff, or like Roy, because of like where their kill moves are. But like, yeah, usually one of the three people will be more susceptible to one or the like some more than others. In Falcon's case, it's really edge guarding. That's the big one for him. Like, that's really where he, like, that's where all of his defensive weaknesses are, basically. Like, or at least, in terms of, like, his, yeah, that's where his worst defensive weaknesses are. So it doesn't really make sense to, like, nerf that part of, like, our combo by giving it, like, by just for damage. Because, like, weirdly enough, damage is kind of, like, one of the things he's, like, good at enduring because of his weight. So we want to be like, we're just trying to be mindful of that, basically. Damage is better versus the fast faller. Like, damage is better versus the space animals in a lot of ways because they're so light that, like, hitting them high at the screen in a lot of ways is kind of good because it just means that, like, if you've done another 20 damage to them, like, that can be quite meaningful because of how much further they get sent. But Falcon's already, like, really heavy, though. So it's just, yeah, right tool for the right occasion.
Got it. Yeah, I've been trying to view, like, a lot of the, like, combo extensions, too, just to get better stage position as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not, like, doing a fair from middle of the stage when I can help it. But the situation we're talking about, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I had the position.
Yeah, no, you already had, like, basically, you already had, like, the best combo position you possibly could have, and then we still, like, basically decided to up air him to, like, the middle of the screen. So, yeah, because I agree with you. If we don't have, like, it doesn't make sense to finish in a bad spot if we can help it, but yeah, we already had the good spot. That said, main thing here is just, like, let's make sure that, like, our eyes are resting on the right spot, like, we've got them on Falcon with Sheik in the peripheral, and that we're just, like, breathing and, yeah, just doing our thing, because we have a lot of things that we've, like, learned, and, yeah, it's not easy to apply all of it. That's okay. Nice. Okay.
Now, do you think that up air when I was on the left there, was that a situation where I should have tried to go for...
Yeah, the up air was fine. We just missed the fair on the platform. Like everything, like the combo, the way that you set that up was perfectly fine. I don't think you went over. Like I haven't really seen, like since I've mentioned the up air on FD, I haven't really seen anything that's like too egregious. So like I would just say breathe. Don't worry about doing the right thing or wrong thing. Right now, it's just breathe when you get hit or like land a hit. That's the thing that I want us to be doing. And if you're not watching Falcon, make sure that he's the center of your field of vision. With Sheik in the peripheral.
Oh.
So on that, after that one, I would have fared. Like, after the needle, because the needle doesn't have much stun, yeah, we have to fair him if he's, like, over the edge. Great back airs. Beautiful. 10 out of 10.
I have to admit the down air was an accident, but I went with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, you can see the utility of it, right?
Yep.
It's, like, when people go on stage... for like punishes, like if that had been Fox, like that would have, like if Fox had like been aligned to kind of go into that spot and we knew it because, which we should, yeah, like that totally works. When he's stalling the edge like that, it can be good to charge a needle or two before you go for the short up needles.
Got it.
Because, like, then if you have, like, 2 or 3 of them when you fire, then, like, you're more protected during your jump, and it's just easier. I will say, like, that up air just needed to be not an up air. But, like, the dash attack up tilt and, like, into another extension I don't think was a bad idea at all. I think that, like, yeah. Just up air happened to be, like, didn't hit the spot he was in. That's it. Like, had you, say, up tilted again or forward tilted, totally fine. I don't know who this Falcon is, but they're not. They've got moves. Breathe. Nice. Beautiful. So, the aggressive offstage bear. Does it live up to the hype?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Good.
The positioning it so that I'm not having to upbeat grab ledge makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Because it just takes that, like, extra 19 frames of, like, startup off of it. Off, like, the next rep. So, like, it's so much easier to rinse and repeat people with it. Boom. Remember to breathe, and like we know better than to like remember to breathe when we get hit or they land the hit, and let's maybe like give Falcon a little bit more respect at the ledge. Yeah, right? Like we don't have to like back off completely, but we also don't need to be in the range of his ledge up air, you know? Don't be afraid to, and don't be afraid of him. He's not like, don't be afraid to like advance into his zone, especially with walk and like running crouch and stuff. Like we have the better buttons. He has to be afraid of us, not the other way around. Breathe.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
I think we have time for one more. Let me just message Wrinkle. Oh wait, he's messaging. He's wrapping up making dinner. You know what? I'm gonna move Wrinkle to next week.
If you need to go, that's also
fine. No. It's not even that. It's just like today has been busy. Like I think that you are like my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you were my 5th person. So
wow.
Everyone's booking for Wavelength.
That makes sense.
God, do you know what my Monday and Tuesday look like?
This for next week?
Yeah, so I've got Boyd, Swebby, Lumor, Soonsay. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, no, Alice. Like, yeah, no, everyone. It's good.
That's fun.
Yeah, no, today's been a day, but I like a few minutes is whatever.
I did, and it sounds like you've got a big log to get through, but I was wondering about the VODs at all.
Oh yeah.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, no, I think I've had some recording issues with some of them. I don't think that yours were one of them, but I'm trying to like make sure stay on. I find that when I work backwards, like when I go back to like the backlog, I just get lost in it. So I'm gonna try to like treat that work as differently. The one more recent ones, like to this one, should be up in a couple of days, because I've been just trying to like be more. I'm just trying to like not fall behind on the current workload, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like with how much better everyone's gotten, like it makes more sense for me to prioritize the more recent stuff if I can. Yeah, so that's kind of been the plan lately. It's kind of like the other stuff will get uploaded eventually, but anything that's being like booked in the last like couple weeks I'm trying to like just get them up ASAP, and then like anything like from now I'm just trying to get up in a couple of days. I have to figure out a plan on what I'm gonna do, like, about monetizing these, and I don't like thinking about money.
Really? That's most people's favorite topic. Religion and politics and all those other fun taboos.
Yeah, I don't know what to do, like, because it's like, on the one hand, I want to, like, I think that so good stuff, amazing work. All right, let's get some, like, I'll complain about money later. Let's talk about what you've learned today and where you're at basically. I personally think that things went well, but I'll leave it with, like, I'll let you take it. I'll let you start. How are you feeling? What did you learn, and what are you going to work on further from here?
So I mean, I really like the breathing thing. I think that worked really well. Mm.
What did you
Obviously,
notice?
some it's very good grounding. Like, and there's other like grounding tips and tricks, but like that's a lot more frequent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it also helps, I think, stave off like mind going in patterns outside. Like, oh, I got hit by a big knee. All this, now I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. It's like, nope, you're playing the game. Which I think is good because I definitely have a tendency to get distracted and go down a rabbit hole of what ifs instead of focusing on the game in front of me.
Yeah. And I like that you called it the frequency because that's one of the big things that like not everyone notices it, but that like especially with the more like with a lot of the cerebral players or the ones who like know who lab a lot, like they found that they tend to they tend to like catastrophize. They're like, oh god, they like landed this thing, so now they're gonna land this other thing, and it's like, well, no, they didn't like react to it perfectly, so now they're like kind of like sharking you or something instead. Like, you know what I mean? But that doesn't happen as much because it just keeps you present. Um,
Agree. Yeah, and the other way too, because I've definitely found there are times where if I have a lead, it goes away very quickly because I'm thinking like, oh wow, I'm about to beat this player. Like, oh, the match is basically already over, and nope, gotta close it out.
exactly. And I noticed that like in that last game, I feel like it would be so easy for us to like blow that edge guard. Like, and I don't mean you specifically. I just mean a player who's like just making a comeback on anyone, really. Like, it's really easy for us to get like to get overexcited about the fact that we're just like, yeah, we were down a whole stock. We're now like hitting this sick conversion. We're doing the like thing we like learned, and it's really easy for us to freeze up in that moment or like go too fast or whatever it is. I find that like the doing it while we hit also kind of like helps, especially if we if we make a habit of doing that while we practice our combos. It helps like bridge those two environments. So like we're not like we're acting and reacting in the way that we do in solo practice, which helps us. I think it helps with applying new things to our game, which is really 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 beneficial.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's definitely like a bit of like a I don't know. I think keeping it breathe is nice because it's like sometimes I don't have to hands to like yeah I don't know. I feel like I can get an exhale out faster than I can get an inhale. Weird mind shit. I know it makes no difference. Other than that, I think I really liked the back air to regrab ledge. That was definitely a piece that like I kind of knew about intuitively, but wasn't really connecting. It's like having that be like a goal to do when I'm doing those like quicker back airs makes a lot of sense. Because even if I'm not perfectly regrabbing it, I'm close enough to do like single up B poof to get there, as opposed to having like double.
Oh yeah, like the double up B poof is a death sentence. Like that is like the one thing you want to avoid with your edgeguard tree, like as much as the only time you double up B poof with her, I like unless you messed up, is when the opponent is dead and you know they're dead and they can't make it back from the hit you just landed on them. And like with the things I see people do with Smash DI these days, like I don't really know if anyone has that kind of certainty these days.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, no, back air ledge regrab is big. Continue to develop that. One thing I would also kind of call out is with punish game, figuring out continue to place focus on balancing damage versus finishing position of combo, because like that's a big thing. It's just like it's the one general rule of thumb I can offer on that is if you have to if you have to go higher than a full hop with Sheik's like with Sheik because of the launcher you hit, that's usually not a good sign, because
Okay.
like if you have to jump higher than a full hop with Sheik to fair someone, that's usually a bad sign because that means that you're fairing them like super duper high. It's a rule of thumb, so it's not like a perfect rule, but like you can see what I mean with like why how that translates over into the tilts versus the up air as you're like for extensions. Like the up air has so much power on it, especially like when in those like later percents, that you basically have to like double jump to hit it, right? Which means that you're hitting
Right.
them very high up. It's very far away. The thing is, when you hit with the full hop fair, you can kind of delay the fair somewhat. You can do, like, by which I mean you can do it at the peak of your jump and then fall with it, which is where a lot of the efficiency comes from. So I think a more general, I think a better way to look at it, actually, now saying that out loud, is punish game. Look for finishers, for fair finishers where you can connect them at the peak of your jump, any jump, like whatever jump it is, and fall immediately after and fall immediately after connecting.
Right.
Because that's really the spirit of like why that like of where that balance is. It's more to do with like how what your follow through out of the fair is than it is with like the launcher that put them there. It's just like how it affects the fair. It affects how we use the stun on the fair, basically. Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, offstage back here. That would be the last one. Do you think that this is offstage aggressive? Hi, Bair. Continue to develop. I think this is a good list for you. Do you have anything you want to add to it, or anything you want to call attention to, or do you think this is enough for you to work on?
I think that's enough. There's some like other little stuff that I have that I fast falling to the ledge.
Yes, actually, no, that's big. That's big. Fast fall from wave dash and jumps to ledge, and then turn execution. No, improve consistency.
For the needle turn?
On needle turn store, yep. That looks like a good list. With that, I will let you go to it, but this was lovely. And, yeah, if you want to get... I'm playing Marth these days, so if you want to get some games and want to know sometime, let me know. And,
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan. Take care, Skitter.
Thanks, you too.